Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Catch That Minis, where we talk to R&B fans about their favorite songs. I am naturally Elise, and that's my bro.
JR.
Yes, and today we are welcoming a very, very lovely sister, Afrobella. Tell the folks,
Hi.
hi. Let the folks know who you are and anything you'd like to tell us about yourself.
Yeah, I am Patrice. I am the creator of a website called Afrobella.com. I am one of the OG bloggers out here. I started my blog back in 2006. I am still doing my thing and writing for a bunch of different outlets. And I love music. I am so honored to be on this podcast to talk about my favorite songs. And thank you for having me.
Yes. So tell the folks what is one of your favorite R&B songs that you chose today?
So one of the favorite R&B songs that I chose today is Ray Charles. It is Nighttime is the Right Time.
Yeah.
And this is taking us back to, what year is that? 1958? I'm not even sure what year it came
ma'am.
out.
Yes,
I got it right.
Yes.
That's good because JR, he always has the dates. So
You're on it.
He's a good reference for dates.
Oh, she's being nice. She's being nice.
Not me. I'd have said, yeah, it was like in the late 50s-ish or something.
Ago. It was a different era. It was before our time. Let's put it that way, right?
Yeah. Hello.
Yes. So why is that one of your favorite songs? Well, when did you first hear the song? I'll start there.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people know the song from The Cosby Show, and that might be where a lot of people heard it for the first time. I grew up in Trinidad and Tobago, and when you grow up in an island, everything is smaller. It's like being in a small town, except you just don't even have the access to stuff outside. So you grew up watching, at least until things broadened, I would say in the 90s. It was kind of like everybody listened to the same radio stations, the same shows, the same TV shows. Like it was kind of a communal island experience. We had a DJ in Trinidad. His name was Holly Thomas, and he had the Sunday show. He had a very deep voice, and he'd say, "This is Holly T," and he would play. That's how he kicked off the show on Sundays, with that saxophone. That's how you knew, it's Sunday and you already went to church and you're home and da 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 da, and you hear the sound of that song, and it just meant a vibe shift. It meant it's time to start, cooking in the kitchen, because Sunday lunch is a big tradition in Trinidad that we have. It was time my mom would start getting in the kitchen. It's time that my dad might start cleaning up. We're telling us kids to, do that Sunday ritual of house cleaning that Black people do around the world. That's what that music takes me back to. And that song in particular is just a soundtrack of my childhood song because of that.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it really introduced me to the history of Black music in a way. And the main thing is, like, I love that song. It's so many things. It's not a children's song. It's not a daytime song, but he played it on Sunday during the day, and it just gave you that vibe anyway, because it just became part of the soundtrack. But if you really listen to it, it is sex. It is grown folks' business. It is grit. There's so much sweat in it. And so much, of course, has to do with Ray Charles, but so much has to do with Margie Hendrix.
I was just gonna say that. Yes.
The Raylettes.
Yes.
She is the engine of that song.
Yeah.
She is the thing you're looking forward to hearing in that song. That
Yes.
voice, when she comes out, you're just like, ooh, you know what I mean? It gives you chills. And that was her time to shine. She made me love those vocals from a very young age. I started loving very powerful women's vocals because of that song.
I was just gonna say that too, because for me, there's so many people that remade this song, like,
Oh, yeah.
ever, you know what I mean? And I think a lot of people do look at Ray Charles's version as the version that was the first, but it wasn't, because Roosevelt Skies made it in 1939.
Yes.
And then after that, a known version that Ray Charles not stole it, but redid it from was Nappy Brown in 57. So after that, because Nappy Brown's version is like bluesy, like for real, like he's the star of that, you know what I mean? That his song. Because like you said, Marjorie is the star of Ray Charles' version. Period. It's like the only time Ray Charles get a little bit in when he go, that's it. You know what I mean? Like that's his best part of the song. You know what I mean? But we're all looking for her. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, I when you said it, I was like, yeah, she's like, we wait for her part to come up. You know what I mean? And for that, it was like Roosevelt's version. I think about him, and I think about his version. It's very bluesy. It's very bluesy, and it gives you like, I can hear it in The Color Purple. You know what I mean? Like I can see Lawrence Fishburne playing the piano on
the juke joint.
The juke joint.
You know what I'm saying? Like his name is Henry Broadnax. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I get. But then when I get to Nappy's version, he put his soul, his heart, his life into that song. And that's what Marjorie gave me on Ray's. Like she's putting that gospel strong, like
very gospel.
Yeah. And that's the difference, I think, between the other two and Ray. Ray brings gospel into it. The other ones is very bluesy. Like you said, the song is about sex. So, you know what I'm saying? This is when people on Sundays, before, on Saturday nights, before they go to church Sunday, they'll be right up in that, juke joint. You know what I'm saying? Slow dragging and doing all that. But then when it got to Sunday, they, hallelujah, praise the Lord. So Ray Charles was like, you know what? I'm going to bring Sunday morning into your Saturday night.
Exactly. There we go. And the same, like the background of it, the singing of it, like the night and day, like that whole part of it gives you that gospel flavor that makes the song, I guess, to people who know the culture, more naughty, more scandalous, more pushing the envelope. I'm sure Ray Charles was a bad boy, and people, it's easy to look at him now as this revered elder statesman, but he was shaking the table. He always did, you know.
He did.
Oh yeah.
And also, what I love about Ray Charles, like Aretha Franklin, he would take a cover and make it his own.
Yes, God, yes.
You hear him do a cover, and it's like, that is Ray Charles' song. And I'll give you all a little funny other story about another song real quick. When I went to college, I wound up becoming friends with a young lady, a woman who's my own age. Her name is Clementine Howard, and her father wrote Busted, which is a Ray Charles cover as well, which is a country song.
Yes.
So my friend Clem is a blonde white woman from Nashville, but Ray Charles made her father's song famous. And I always thought that was so cool, because that's another one of my favorite Ray Charles songs.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
That Modern Sounds of Country album that he did was such a statement for a Black man to take those songs and to spin all of them on their head and make them something different. And Margie is on those tracks too, like she deserves her flowers. And I think there's so much in me loving that song and loving her vocals that feeds into my career and feeds into what I do, because I care about the woman who has been forgotten about. And I think that she has been forgotten about too much.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I think of, are there any other remakes of the song that you do like? Like I love Aretha's
She
version in '68.
Yeah, she has a great version of it. And I love that she and Ray Charles were friends, and that she, had a playful spirit with him, and they would, do songs together. I think her version is great. But I mean, it's just, to me, his version is the definitive version to this day. When I think about it, I still see Rudy Huxtable, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
For sure.
You know, but as I get older, it's something that I appreciate the levels of it more, and knowing also the history of their relationship of Ray Charles and Margie Hendrix. Now you listen to her delivery and you wonder how much was a message that was intended to be received by him, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can hear that. You can hear that angst, that longing and that angst all tied together.
Please don't leave me. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like you could, yeah, there's a passion in it that she brought to every song that she did. But yeah, wow. One of my favorites.
Yeah.
You know who other version I actually like too, which is crazy. I love Creedence Clearwater Revival's version.
I didn't know they had a version.
I love their version. You know why? Because to me, it gives me, to be honest with you, it gives me more of the Nappy Brown and Ray Charles together to me. And it has some depth to it. That's why I like it. I think it's so, and then they letting the guitars play on it. Like they are letting it go. And it's just like, whoo, you know what I'm saying? Nothing comes close to Ray's, and nothing comes close to Aretha's either. I even like Rufus and Carla Thomas version too. I like theirs, but Ray's is the definitive. Like
it's the definitive one. It's funny you mentioned Creedence. I think, we talk a lot about Blue-Eyed Soul, or people who maybe get mistaken for Black soul singers. And John Fogerty has such a great voice.
Don't he though?
He really does. He can blow, and he gets overlooked, I think, sometimes, and you think about Creedence. When I think about them, I think about, like just the way that his delivery of I Heard It Through the Grapevine,
Oh my God, I was just listening to that like 2 days ago. Wow.
He will put a different, it's like he just has a different spin on it. And Proud Mary, like he is like behind so much classic R&B and soul music, and has his own version of stuff as well. And it gives me a very fond memory as well of my father being an older Caribbean man. I never know what American R&B song he's going to know. He knows a lot of calypso. He knows a lot of reggae because we're from the Caribbean. But sometimes, and there was one time I was driving him, he had come to visit me in Miami, and we had the radio on, and a Creedence song came on, and it was, what is that song? Who Can Stand the Rain? What is the name of the song? I want to know.
Oh my God. Oh God.
Something the rain. I cannot remember the name of the song right now. It's driving me crazy.
I'm right, and I'm singing the first. I'm singing the hook. I'm trying to catch the hook.
It's such a good song.
Oh God.
Have you ever seen the rain?
Have you ever
seen the rain? That's it.
And my dad knew all the words to that song, and I was just like, what? I didn't even know you knew who they were.
Right.
Yeah.
Too funny.
Yeah, that's so great though. That's great. Oh my God.
Like that will cross generations.
So you didn't like Creedence Clearwater's version then?
I need to check it out. I'm like, I don't even think I know it. I need to look up their version and listen to it, because I am not familiar with their cover of Nighttime Is the Right Time.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't dislike it, but it just kind of doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
I do like the guitars on it. I think I like the instrumentation more than I like the vocal. I don't like the vocal. That's what it is.
It makes sense.
For that song.
Yeah.
Because I normally like Creedence Clearwater Revival, but it's something doesn't connect for me.
I mean, if you love the Ray Charles version and you love Margie Hendrix vocals, it's kind of hard. That is the gold standard. Yeah. And I can be very picky about covers of songs that I really like. It's like how I feel about Stevie Wonder covers. I'm kind of like, like for the most part, you didn't need to, you know what I mean? Right. Like it was perfect the way it was. And I mean, who else could do it like Ray Charles? Nobody.
Because like we said, he added that gospel into it. You know what I mean? That we didn't have in those other versions. And I think everybody try to but try to follow what he did. You know what I'm saying? Especially Aretha, because when you brought Aretha up, my favorite song from her is her cover of Drowning My Own Tears.
Yes.
And that's actually my favorite Aretha song. And Ray did it. And she liked Ray. So you could tell them two just had a connection. And then with me and Elise loving, what is it, Elise? Fillmore West. And he comes out and they do Spirit in the Dark.
Spirit in the Dark, I was going to say.
Yeah, and they did that together. You know what I mean? And they just, you could tell their artistry with each other. And like you said, it was kind of like a playful thing with them. And it was so cool to just see that.
And just a great synergy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So yes, that is, it's a classic song, you know, and I think to the legacy of the vocals, how many singers have tried to replicate that power, you know, and to give that growl that she gives in the song, I think is something that people to this day try to do. It's like that. It's Etta James gave that flavor as well. And you can hear it now in songs by Beyonce. You can hear there's so many artists that give that extra spice to it that allows your vocal cords to just express that rasp. That I think she was one of the first people to show people how it was done.
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
Yes, she was. And I think if she wouldn't have, you know, because her and Ray's dynamic, you know, with them being in a relationship, it caused a lot of issues. So when she left and tried to go solo, it was kind of like nobody really paid too much attention, which was totally unfair because it's those songs that she's on with Ray makes the song. You know what I'm saying? Not taking anything away from Ray, but it's like, yo, this girl sings down like she, you know what I'm saying? We look at the pinnacle as looking at Aretha as that girl. But Marjorie was out before her. So it was like, she was that girl. When people heard that in 58, it was like, whoa.
Exactly.
Who is she? You know what I mean?
She deserved a chance, I think, to have her own shine. And unfortunately, with the way that their relationship ended, you know, I was just looking to prepare for this. I was looking up some of her solo material. And her songs are A Lover's Blues, You Ain't Nothing But a Tramp. Like she was speaking about what happened, you know what I mean? And then she died so young. Like she didn't get an opportunity to stand in her own spotlight and to be heard. And I think that is something that is very sadly emblematic of so many Black women in history, but also so many Black women in soul music and R&B music and jazz music in that era, you know, where it's like you're supposed to add the extra spice, but don't take too much of the check and don't stand in the front of the stage, you know?
That's very true.
Ooh, you gotta preach.
It's something that, as you can tell, has been a passion topic for me for some time. I'm like, let Margie Hendrix get her moment. We had Ray, we've seen Ray. Somebody do Margie. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Let her be in a movie. Let her story be told.
Yeah. Or at least a documentary or something, you know?
Yeah, there's like a YouTube documentary, but it's like, can we get an unsung?
Gotcha.
You know?
Yeah. A little deeper dive.
Right.
Or can we get like, what was that, 20 Feet from Stardom? You know?
Oh, yes.
About people from the past, though. Like, I think that would be a phenomenal documentary idea. Like, you know, we've seen Mary Clayton and the women who are still with us for the most part, but what about the old school people who were the first backup singers to make people be like, oh, backup singers changed the game?
Yes, I agree. Because even Motown used to be like that, which is sad that I love them, but a lot of, you know, Barry and them did not want women back then to be on the credits when they did it. Like, Sharita, she actually fought to get on Stevie's songs because she was like, wait a minute. No. I helped write this. So you're putting my name on this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sylvia Mo, who is so underrated in my opinion, as you know, she did a lot at Motown, but they don't credit her like that, which I think is really unfair. Like, she was the reason that we have Stevie Wonder. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy to me, and it's sad that Margie really didn't get the credit that she really deserves. And like you said, I would love an unsung from her. Because I would love it just to see what people that was in her life then, to see what was going on and what was in her mind then and things like that, because I think she deserves it. Because like we said, when you listen to the Nighttime is the Right Time, I'm waiting for Margie's part. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Exactly. Amen.
Mm-hmm. All right. I think we covered all the questions there. I think we
did.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did that.
Yes, we did.
I want to ask you guys a question.
Oh.
And this is going to be, okay, so this is a question about another song. I've been having these thoughts lately about, I listen to a lot of music when I'm in the shower. Okay. But I do. That's when I listen to a lot of music. And the other day I was listening to one of my favorite Stevie Wonder songs. And it occurred to me, like, is it blasphemous to want a version of, let's say, Living for the City that doesn't have the interlude? Is it wrong to want to have versions of Stevie Wonder songs like Don't You Worry About a Thing that doesn't begin with the spoken interlude? Is that wrong? Is that wrong of me to want?
No, not at all.
No.
I feel bad. I was taking a shower the other day and I was enjoying the music, and then it was, the reality that he wanted to bring to the record.
Right.
Very relevant and very important, but just hearing sirens and gunshots in the background, I'm just like, I don't need this every time I listen to this song. And
I agree.
I wish that there were an alternate mix that you could choose sometimes.
Pick your own adventure.
I almost feel bad saying it because I love Stevie Wonder so much, but like the other day I was listening to him speak Spanish at the beginning of Don't You Worry About a Thing. I was like, could we just start with the vocal? I would love to just start with the vocal.
I wonder
Is it wrong?
They even have a radio edit for that.
No,
because it was a
does not.
single, right, Elise?
But when I've heard on the radio, they play that beginning part.
Oh, man.
It's part of it. It's part of the song. I don't think that there's any version that is not that. You know what I mean? But I'm not mad at it. It's Stevie, and I love everything that he has ever given us. I appreciate all of it. But just the other day, I was like, is it wrong to want this? And what really inspired me to think about it is I watched the Academy Awards, and they had a different mix of what did they play for the In Memoriam? I cannot remember, but it was a Stevie Wonder song, and Questlove did that, and he stripped it down. I tweeted about it. I will find out what it was.
Okay.
But it was a different version, and I was like, is this available? I didn't know that there could be. It almost was like the Jackson 5 stripped mixes, but
yeah.
And I was like, I would love to hear like acoustic Stevie Wonder, or more stripped down, or like, different mixes of some of his classic material.
Oh yeah.
I would love to hear a Stevie that's in the same vein of like Prince, piano on a microphone, like a session like that. That would be, I would get my whole life.
It's serious. She had to hold her head, y'all.
I think that he does so much to create new music and to do new things, but I'm looking at, let's look, for example, at what Nicki Minaj did yesterday. Go back and give us the old stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to go back in the crates and just dust off something old and give us a new version of it. And some of his like a Stevie Wonder stripped, I would love all of that.
I would love that too.
Mm-hmm. You think about what a DJ could do with that too.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Or even a Stevie Wonder remixed thing. Like that would be cool to see where his mind would go with that.
Yes. So if Stevie Wonder's people are listening, this is the idea.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, don't be mad that I made the suggestion. Please just give it to us.
Right.
Yes. Well, we thank you for hanging out with us.
Oh, this was dope.
And if people want to find you, if you want to be found, where can they find you?
I am at Afrobella most places. Afrobella.com is the website. On Twitter, I am at Afrobella. Facebook, it's Afrobella blog. But yes, just look up Afrobella and you will find me.
Yay. All right. Well, again, thanks for hanging out with us. And thank you for everyone that's watching us right now. And we will catch y'all on the next episode of Catch That.
Yeah.
Hey y'all, and welcome back to another fan mini episode of Catch That, where we get to know people through their favorite songs. And today we have a good, I'm naturally Elise, and that's my bro.
They are how she was gonna miss us. You see this? Get right to the guest.
Yes. And so a very good friend of the R&B representers is our homeboy Vern. So tell the folks about yourself, whatever you want them to know.
Yeah, what's up? Vern, out of Atlanta, on apartment 5B with my man Kill. That's how I met JR. I love music, man. So that's how we met. Kindred Spirits. We always chopping up about music, and I'm honored. I called my mama and I said, "Mama, I made it," because the R&B representatives invited me to their show. So, hey, Lord, you can take me. I ain't gonna say that, but
well, I see what kind of show this is going to be. Right.
I'm stupid, y'all. You should, JR know that. So,
oh yeah.
Man, life is so serious, man, hectic and stressful. So I'm having fun when I ain't at work. So there we go.
Facts.
There you have it. Yes. So, what song did you pick as one of your favorite R&B songs for us to talk about?
Yes, so I chose The Star of a Story by Heatwave off of the Central Heating album, as she has in the back. Yeah.
So before we ask you any questions about it, you picked one of my favorite songs of all time. It's in my top 3 favorite.
Yeah.
Not even any genre, just songs. Period.
Yeah. Yes, that's when I knew. I knew.
I understand.
And I was like, Elise gonna flip.
So I'm very excited to hear how you connect to it, because this is exciting.
Yeah.
Yes. So when did you first hear the song?
It would have to been my parents are music lovers, man. They had hundreds of albums, and I still rag on them all the time because they got saved and gave all their albums away. And then they realized that they didn't have to do that, but it was too late. I can't say when I first heard it. It's just always been a part of my life, I guess you could say, So 78, 79, 80, somewhere around that range.
And okay, so when you first heard it, what did it do to you? Like what came over you? Because obviously you talk about this song a lot. So.
I do. It's on my perfect song list, and it's not a long list, but this is a perfect song. It's a heavenly song. I mean, just the music, the vocals, everything about it. I mean, I don't want to get ahead because you might be asking the question, but it's funny. I reconnected with the song when I got older, and this has happened to me before. I heard a song by Alex Isley and Tay Beast, and they're not even singing. It's called Untitled, and
I freaking knew it. I knew you were going to do this.
They killed that song, so Jahan from the Music Snobs, he was like, that's is it John Abercrombie?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh snap! I went back to the '80s. My uncle Abercrombie and Jan Hammer and all them boys, and that's why it resonated with me. So I hear verses from the Abstract from Q-Tip.
Oh!
I'm like, I know this song, I know this song, and it took me back there. It's funny how music does that to you, man. Mm-hmm. It's in you somewhere, and it comes out at crazy times.
That's exactly how it happened to me, because I heard that like when I was like 5 or 6 or whatever. But then when I heard the Tribe song, yes,
Verses from the Abstract.
Yes, Verses from the Abstract. Damn it. I'm sorry, y'all. I ain't have my drink yet. But but no, when I heard it, I said, I know this. I hear something. Something I'm hearing. And then I went and I was like, oh, that was the start of the story. I was like, oh, okay, Tip. Because you know Tip.
Man,
find the loops of anything.
His ear is crazy.
It's crazy.
Yes. Absolutely. So it was just like, okay, Tip. And this song is just like I was telling Elise what we got on here. I was like, it's hauntingly beautiful.
Hauntingly. That's it. Because you jar with like, what's this? and then it goes, the angels come in, but at first it's hauntingly beautiful. Perfect.
Yes. And it's so crazy how I was like, because for me, dude, am I bugging? Do this anytime I listen to this song, I feel like right after I gotta listen to Summer Madness by Kool and the Gang.
I see it. I see it.
I see that.
Like when I listen to it, I'm like, all right. And then now I got a playlist since Elise have me making playlists now.
I said, look, I done made J.R. step his playlist game up.
Yeah.
Iron sharp as iron.
Yes. Thank you. It was a little dig in there, but it was cool with her. But it's but yeah, like now it's just because it takes you somewhere. Like you don't want to leave. I didn't want the song to end, to be honest, and then to have Johnny's stacking. Like, I wish I could just hear his like one earphone, just that, and another earphone, something else. Like
I want to get those stems.
Yes. Cause I want man. Who did? I know Rob didn't produce it. Did he?
Barry Blue.
Oh.
Okay, so you educating me. Yeah.
We know that Rob did like the arranging of the rhythm and all that kind of stuff.
And interestingly, this album was the last album that Rod was official member of Heatwave, but after he left, he still wrote songs for them and still did like some production things.
And then it just, and for me, my favorite part of the song is when the horns come in at the end.
Look what he got. You see that?
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. My big bro got me the book too. He got it for me. Because I had it on my wish list. And then he asked me for my address. I didn't know why. I was just like, all right, whatever. And then like 3 days later, I get this in the mail. I was like, this dude. And I read it in one day. Yes, I did.
JR be reading. That's a reading with somebody.
Listen, an autobiography, give me that. I will read it in one day. Like I'm about that life. So just to hear what he did with this and to know that this song kind of, the impact of the song kind of really spiraled things with him and Quincy. All that. Like we would have gotten off the wall if Quincy didn't hear this.
Yes.
We wouldn't have gotten, James Ingram. We wouldn't have gotten Patty Austin. We wouldn't have got any of them if we wouldn't have heard it. Because I think, was it Bruce? Bruce was the one that gave it to Quincy and was like, yo, you need to check out this dude from Heatwave. Like, you need to hear Start a Story. He was like, this one is dope. And he listened and was like, Quincy was like, who is this dude? Like, who is this dude? I need to meet him.
And what's interesting is the lyrics to the song they're very simple and they're very repetitive, but it's beautiful and it's to the point. It's like he said, used to say yesterday, love was only a dream. Angel, I was wrong all along. Just
to you to make me see. I've used that lyric on my wife on her birthday. Man, listen, I've been stealing lyrics to holler at chicks from for a long time since in the love days, dog. Why reinvent the wheel?
Right. I mean, if it ain't broke. But yeah, I love that you get such power from very simple, very repetitive, because it's just the same verse almost all over it with a few different lines, and that's it.
And
that's beauty in that simplicity.
Yes.
You know?
You know, Johnny Gill was on a show. And I'm just leave it at that.
Johnny! Sorry.
And he was finna, he was trying to get out the fact that what Luther told him his favorite song was by him. Because, you know, Johnny be riffing. And Luther was, Luther, yeah. Luther was saying, my favorite song from you is one of your simple songs. And that goes to your point, at least, that there's beauty and simplicity. Man, let that mug breathe. Let us take it all in, you know, because some people talk too much. You know, that's what I love y'all show, because y'all invite your Zoes and your Carmens on and you know, great producers, and they tell you all about SWV, because I love you, JR, but I want to hear what he got to say.
That's real.
Yeah. You know, I love whoever, but let me hear the song. Let it talk to me. Let it speak, and it speaks, man. And JR, you brought up another good point about the beauty of music. So, you know, we are liner notes readers. I was gonna wear that T-shirt. What up, Zoe? But how you connect the dots. So it's like, oh, okay. So, like when you hear the bass line on Off the Wall, think about it. Boom, 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 boom. Rain, shine, sun, we're riding.
Come on. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, how you connect them dots, and it just does something on the inside of me. And then, like, you know, when, like you say, you got with the Quincy camp and Saida and them got together. Saida did a dope interview and she talked about Rod.
Yeah.
Yes, so I'm rambling, but man, it's just music. I love music, man, and I love music makers and love the backstories and the behind the scenes and how those minds get together, man.
Oh my God, yo. Damn, you just took me somewhere. Because I was gonna add you, because they crew was on fire. Because once Rob got with Quincy, it was like a rap. Like me and Elise always say, like from that like 80 to like 85, that sound was a little rough. You know what I'm saying? It was a little rough, but I can say when it came to Rob and Quincy and the Johnson and the brothers Johnson and James Ingram and Patty Austin and all them from 79 to like 83, they was on fire.
Killing.
Fire.
Yep.
It was ridiculous. That's why I wanted to ask y'all about what did y'all think of the George Benson version.
You know what, JR? I ain't ashamed. I didn't even know about it till you told me on Twitter.
Yes.
Last year.
Go ahead, Elise, because she can.
Go ahead, Elise.
I don't like it. It sounds like it just sounds like kind of dry and gravelly to me. It's just not, it doesn't have the same finesse to it to me.
And you know why? Because we know Quincy did that production, but like you said, the other guy did the other, because it was somebody I look on, because I be looking at the YouTube comments too to see what people say. And a lot of people said of this George Benson version that they felt like it was a little dry. Like they thought a little bit of the musicality was gone out of it.
Which is shocking because it's George Benson.
Yeah. But you got to think too, bro. The cellos and the French horns. I mean, man, that's an orchestral arrangement for your tail.
Yeah.
On the Heatwave version, it's so much going on in there.
Yeah, it was.
But I will tell you a cover that I do enjoy. Artist from late 90s, early 2000s, Granique did a remake of it, and it also GRENIQUE. Okay. And actually, you should listen to her whole album. She's dope. Her voice is stupid good.
But you said it, so that's good.
Great.
Okay.
I think that album is called like Black Butterfly, I think, or something like that.
Okay.
But I really love her version, and she kind of changed some pieces of the melody, but the music behind it, it modernizing. I can't talk.
Me today.
Right. Alter ego, right? It's more of a modern take on it, and it sounds like an early 2000 neo soul record because that's the kind of artist she was. So that's a great one. And also, there's a cover that D'Angelo did with the Vanguard.
Yes.
With the Vanguard.
Yeah.
Word. Okay.
I know it's definitely on OK Player, but I don't know where else it might be. It might be.
Yeah, I heard it when maybe a few years ago, and I was like, D'Angelo did I with it.
Yeah.
For me, I like George Benson's version. I do.
Oh,
it's cool. It's cool. I ain't gonna say it's cute. I ain't gonna throw shade like Lisa would, but it's cool. It's cool. But I just love the Heatwave version.
I didn't even veil it. I normally like it's cute or I don't connect with it. I was like, no, I don't like it.
Yeah. I mean, for me,
like I just didn't connect with.
Nah, she just said she like it. To me, I still feel Rob on it. I still feel he's a part of it. And then I just like how George was kind of riding it to me. But again, it does not take away from, I think it doesn't take away from the original version though at all.
No.
It's just beautiful. Like, again, like if this song is not in your top something, we have a problem. I can't trust you. I'm just saying. Yeah. I'm sorry. Like everything about the song is perfect. Like bro said, like as far as the vocals, because the way these vocals are being stacked, crazy. The musicality of it is amazing. You got them strings, them synths, those horns at the end. I'm a horn dude. At the end, that last like minute, them horns come in. I'm like, huh.
And don't forget about the little Spanish guitar.
I almost forgot. Yeah.
Actually, that's of the song. That's the star of the story for me. Is that guitar?
I like how you did that. That was cool. That was real cute. Really? I didn't really know you liked the Spanish guitar part. Really?
It's unexpected.
God, I learned something new about this girl every day.
Well, just like you love horns, I love guitar.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's if you notice, I'm always kind of singing the guitar parts, kind of.
Thinking about it, yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. My bad.
Man, it tells you that that's not a song that, hey man, I got this track, let me send you the file.
Right.
That's a freaking Thanksgiving. We started cooking the night before and put it in the oven and got music playing while we making cakes and all that stuff.
Oh, I love it.
So the next day at 3:00 when everybody come over, you got a table full of food. That's that song, bro.
So you know who I was thinking about too? Why I was thinking about this because I was listening to it today, and who I would want to cover this song because I felt like Johnny's vocals were so pure on it. I would love Tamia to redo something like this.
Ooh.
Because her voice is so pure. You know what I'm saying? And this song feels very pure.
Yeah.
Speaking of pure voices, I would love to see how Tevin would interpret it.
Ooh.
Back to Quincy Jones, we're naming
right.
Yeah, Quincy. It all go back there to me, Quincy too. Put a move in my heart. So
yeah. Oh my God, I would love that.
It's all there.
Because I'm looking at who bro got in the bag. How y'all think Layla would do with it?
Ooh.
I mean, bro, she could sing the phone book, so I mean, I can't see Layla messing it up. That would be interesting.
And then
that would be beautiful, and I would love to hear her do it in the lower of her register, just to.
That's what I was just about to say.
To flip it.
How that would do. That would be. Oh.
Man, did y'all? I know y'all heard.
I would love to hear Carmen do it in her lower register.
Man, that's what I thought of Carmen when you said lower register, because she freaked. What was that song on the album, JR?
Say so.
Say so.
Yeah.
We had to talk. We told her about that. She was like, guess who I was trying. She was like Layla. She was like, and she let Layla, and Layla was like, she gave her like the thumbs up for it. It was like, She was like, look, long as Layla gave me the thumbs up, I'm good to go. I don't care no more. Like that joke was, oh my God.
Common is so criminally underrated, man. Yeah. That's another story for another day.
I love that, man. So,
and she give good hugs too, man.
She do. Yeah.
I haven't had that experience.
We was at the Zoe joint with her, and you know I'm married, so my wife was there, so I had to turn it into a church hug. But yeah, it was a good hug. But anyway, I digress.
Oh man.
Yes. So, how has this song either affected your life or affected how you listen to music?
I listen. It has affected both. That song helps me to see beauty. It's a song that I connect with my wife a lot. I mean, she's the star of a story that I'm gonna keep on telling. You know, we'll be 25 years in November, married.
Oh.
And I purposely listen to songs that make me love my wife more, because, like, okay, here you go. I love Layla. And E-Roll is my boy, but I don't listen to Dealing. Even though Layla bodied that song. Where do we go?
Yeah. Oh, you don't?
I don't listen to it. I listen to it little, but I don't listen to it because it's talking about cheating. And you can go, whatever anybody else says, right, what I feed into my spirit affects me. So I want to feed stuff that's gonna bring out positive things. So Star of the Story has definitely affected me in how I look at my wife and how I think about my wife and how I listen to music. Hey man, life is too short. It's too much good stuff out here for me to just be listening to that beat jamming. No, bro, you're gonna have to bring it, or I'm gonna listen to something that is bringing it. I equate it to this, like rappers. It's like, okay, I'll put it this way. If Johnny is playing the sax and he knows how to play the scales, good for you, Johnny. But I got Bird and Train to listen to. So why I'm gonna waste my time listening to somebody that just knows how to play scales when I got masters? Star of a Story says, I don't listen to stuff that I don't love. I posted this on Twitter today. Has anybody but me ever put they playlist on shuffle and listen to it, and as jam after jam come on, you like, man, whoever made this list got a great ear. I only listen to stuff that's dope. And if it ain't great, I don't listen to it. It's just me. So I hope that answers your question.
Yeah. Like JR always say on the radio show, if Elise don't like it, we don't play it.
It's the truth. It's the truth. You gotta be fair, because it's like sometimes it's like we both gotta agree. You know what I'm saying? Like we both have to agree. Normally her, saying. Normally
I know.
She's done a couple of songs that I wanted. She was like she did just now when she said she ain't like George Benson version. She was like, no, don't like it. She's the star of that story.
Right.
Because she is, but it's the truth. Like, and bro, that's so real how you do it. And it just goes to show how music feeds us. You know what I'm saying? How it makes us feel. Because we can sit up there and listen to a song when you're in a bad mood. Why are you going to listen to a song that's going to make you even be more in a bad mood? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, why? Like, if I'm depressed, I don't want to listen to nothing like that. Like we said, bro, when we was on the Kills podcast, right? And we was talking about Heavy D. And I was in my bag about my grandma, and it really hurt. And I'm like sitting there like, I'm not going to listen to a depressed song, and I'm depressed about my grandma not being here. So I went and listened to Janice All Right. And it made me feel better like that. So when bro was like, yo, I listened to Star of the Story, even though I was about to be like, bro, you better represent for your wife. She is the star of the story. I was like, but him to say that, I was just like, yo, that's the realest ish that you know somebody done said on this show. Like, that's so real, yo.
I mean, music, there's a spirit behind music. I mean, it's fact. You can listen to stuff and make you want to go shoot somebody. And I mean, censorship, no, but C. Dolores Tucker was right on a lot of fronts. I mean, music impacts what we call our women and what we say and stuff. You can argue me all you want. It's true. And so, like, I don't drink coffee. In the morning, I have different playlists. I got a worship playlist. I got a hype playlist. And I put that stuff on to get, I'm in sales, 100% commission for the last 23 years. My spirit gotta be right, man. Because if I don't close, I don't eat. And so I gotta feed my stuff that's gonna encourage me and push me on, man. And so that's what music does for me. I mean, music is a gift. I put this on Twitter. Music is a gift from the heavens, man. I mean, like you say, Jay, when you down, bro, you put on Optimistic and you ready to go get it, man.
Yeah. Like, come on, like, if you are in a relationship, Star of the Story has to be on your playlist. Like, yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, just
it does all the work for you. You ain't gotta say that.
Yes. It really do. It do all the work for you. You ain't gotta do nothing. Just play it.
I got 3 playlists for my wife that I when we together, whatever, I put it on. This is how I feel about you.
What more you need to say? That's why this song is so beautiful, because the music speaks, the words speak, like everything in the record is just beautiful. You know what I mean? And it's like, you can't get no better than that. That's why, again, if this song ain't in something of your top, I don't trust you. Just saying. I'm sorry.
Lisa, don't you love the time when the singers kind of act like they like women?
We've kind of talked about that before. We talked about that when we talked to DJ Monday Blue about Natalie Cole about just how people talk to women and to each other, and we touched on that.
Affordability in music is not there, especially mainstream wise. It's like, like everybody, like, I think we see this every two weeks on my timeline, or you know what I'm saying, I see, when was the brothers in the video when the rain was coming down? They didn't mind singing in the rain. Like, what happened to that? Like, now dudes want to just be rappers and be hard. Like, you ain't gotta be hard all the time. Like,
I'm gonna beat it up, baby. Let me hit that.
Okay. that's why people go back to, like, not the kids go back to the 90s stuff, because that's still when men were putting down games.
Man, listen to Ron's lyrics on Make Me Say It Again, girl. Why am I worthy of love from an angel? Princess Imperial of my soul. I mean, come on, man. Whew.
Jesus. You see what a Star of the Story would do, y'all, as y'all can see on this.
So if you haven't heard it, and I actually encountered quite a few people that never heard it before, and then once I play it for them one time, and they're like, "Oh my God, what was that?" Listen, that's one of my favorite things to do, is to play something somebody never heard of, and they instantly connect to it. Like,
and the way you do it is not, you ain't heard that. No, it's like, and let me show you. Because
I'm like, ooh, you ain't heard that. Ooh,
right.
She just did it to me.
I just did it to JR.
Oh my God.
I just put him onto a song and he fell in love with it like that.
And I've been playing it ever since.
I knew he would.
And she knew it. She knew it. Because she was adding a song to our playlist, and I was like, she was like, I ain't even gonna say nothing. Once I play it, I know you like it. And she played it, and I loved it, and I've been playing it every day since Sunday.
That's dope, man. I mean, it's crazy.
There's always room to learn. Always. Some people on the internet, they've heard every song there is ever. Every rap song. They're like, okay, well, that's you, but I ain't gonna act like I know everything. I'm always there to learn. I mean, I just leave it there. But yeah, there's always room to learn. Yes. All right. Well, thank you for coming and being a star of this story.
Come on,
man. I'm honored. I'm honored.
Yes. I'm gonna say one thing. One day I went off on a show we had, and I was saying, you need to be the star of your story, not the co-star, not the not the extra, not the star.
Yes.
Story.
Yes, because everybody got a story. And live your story. You know, don't try to be that next man or that next woman. Mm-hmm. Play your position. It's great, man. Mm-hmm. So no, I'm honored, and I really, you know, all jokes aside, I appreciate y'all so much, and I love what y'all do, man, because y'all love music and y'all know music. Y'all do the research, and I mean, I'm amazed at the depth of knowledge that y'all have about stuff, man, and it's inspiring and make me want to step my game up, you know, and just dig a little bit deeper. I mean, you know, y'all had Zoe on, y'all was talking. What album was that? Jody Watley and them, Shalimar.
Friends.
Yeah, so I knew, you know, I know the main stuff. I'm like, okay, let me dive in. And see, that's the other good thing, man. Ain't nothing like discovering something that's been out for 30 or 40 years, but it's new to you.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
So thank you again for coming, because we love you. So thank you.
You know that.
I know. So, I appreciate y'all. Yeah. I appreciate y'all.
So if people want to find you, if you want to be found,
yeah. I ain't hiding on Instagram. I'm at V the Loan Closer. If you need a mortgage in Atlanta, in Georgia or Alabama, holla at your boy. Twitter, I'm at V Chandler 10, just chopping it up about music, sports, having fun, getting stress off my life. So that's me.
Yes. Well, thank you. And again, we love you, our brother in music.
Yes, ma'am. Love y'all back.
Thank you, all the viewers, and we will catch y'all again on the next episode of Catch That.